Hey you guys, it's another lazy weekend, trying really hard to recuperate from all my busy stuff. I wanted to make this video about my diet that I follow on the PCOS. Um, it could always change and I could probably get stricter on it. I lost 30 pounds. I will hopefully lose more. I went from 215 to 184. Um, so, and I just lost those two last pounds recently. So I'm really hoping that kind of thing will stick. Can't wait to figure out. I guess I just really need to exercise. I'm sure I'll lose all kinds of weight if I really made myself. Okay, so that's my new goal, exercise once a week. Okay, but anyways, what I do for diet is the Atkins diet. Um, a lot of people are familiar with it but don't really understand it. A lot of people come to me like, oh, you can't eat any carbs, and that's not true. I eat 25 milligrams of carbs a day, um, and that's, a lot if you're eating vegetables, because you take the fiber from the carbs, you don't count the fiber. You minus the fiber from the carbs, because that's something that your body doesn't even metabolize. It goes straight through. Um, it's good for you. So honestly, I can eat kabillions and kabillions of salads all day if I want to. Um, I actually probably should put more greens in my diet. That might make things better. Um, but, I can't have lots of fruit. I can only have right now strawberries and blueberries. I've found that other fruit will cause cravings. And I have like bread products. I have like brownie that I eat almost every day. I just make it mainly from egg and sometimes cream, like my bread I make. I've got one right here. It's made from cream cheese. They're really, really yummy and it tastes like a pastry. But it's made from egg and cream cheese, and some of the stuff is hard to make, but I've got turned into a much better cook than I used to. My husband, like, he grills a lot of food and he cooks bacon and stuff. That's sort of our sustenance, that we like live by. And then I make all the like special things, the super tasty good stuff that keeps us from totally cheating all the time. Now, I mean, he cheats horribly. He eats pizza at work and all kinds of stuff. I know he cheats. I tell him just don't do it in front of me and I'll be fine. So it works out really good. I don't mind the diet. It doesn't bother me. Um, I enjoy what I eat most of the time. The only hard part about it has been the paying for that much meat. And I think that's going to get better. We're going to get like a deep freezer. Um, but basically you can have meat, cheese. I don't think you're supposed to eat tons of cheese. But you can have meat, cheese. You're supposed to take some kind of fiber supplement, calcium, magnesium, and zinc supplements. And then I take prenatal vitamins also, and a B complex, just because I think every woman should probably take a B complex. It's really good for you. And I saw another YouTuber who was doing fertility stuff takes a B complex, and I figured it was probably a good idea. So those are the things I take. uh, when I want like a recipe for something that's sort of forbidden, I go to another YouTuber's website. His name is Bowulf. It's BOWULF, and I'll put a link down in the comments. But he is awesome. Everything I have made of his has been so yummy. The only times it has not been yummy, like if I messed with it a little bit, it has been really good. Like my brownies, I make them in the microwave. They take 5 minutes at most to make. It only makes one at a time. However, you know, if you're like me and like every other person with PCOS, when you get something really yummy and sweet, you will eat way too much. So, you know, it's probably good you just make them one at a time. I actually make two at a time, but one goes in the microwave at a time. And my husband, you know, I make one for my husband, one for me. Um, so it's like a cake brownie, you know, and it's really good. And you can put sugar-free frosting on it. Sure, you're probably going to use all your carbs in that one little thing, or half your carbs in that one thing for the day, but you know, sometimes it's really worth it just to treat yourself. It's just like, it's the easiest diet. It really works. I'm not really worried about weight loss so much as how I feel. I do have to eat once every 6 to 8 hours, or I get hypoglycemic. But that's what happens when you take a body with way too much insulin in it, and you limit its carbs. But then again, if I ate carbs, the way carbs work are basically, I'm gonna use my hands to demonstrate. They're gonna shoot your blood sugar up really high, really fast, and comes right back down. It's like a jet engine. It uses all its fuel right away. When you eat just meat and fat and, you know, the better for you carbs with more fiber in it, your sugar goes like this. It slowly rises. It slowly rises, and it just sort of maintains for like a really long time, or very level. You know, before I started this diet, I couldn't go without eating for more than like 2 or 3 hours without starting to get cranky and headachy and moody. And it wasn't even that my sugar was so low, it's just I would go up and down so fast. So now, you know, as soon as I start feeling like my face feels funny or a little hard time concentrating, I know I've waited too long, which is only really an issue at work most of the time. You know, sometimes you don't get to pee or drink or eat when you're a nurse, so that's just sort of how it is. And I just have to, you know, prioritize and say, do I want to go finish this looking at this chart, or do I want to fall on the floor? You know what I mean? Do I want to fall on the floor finishing this chart, or do I want to go eat and finish it better and make sure I made no mistakes because I'm well nourished? So anyways, that's pretty much it. It's super easy. Just limit your carbs to 25, minus your fiber from your carbs. Don't eat fruit. You know, I mean, if you want the dramatic results, then you should read the book and follow the book. You know, if you want to do it right, you should probably read the book. But Bo Wolf also has this huge section on it and on how to do it and everything. And if you like just watch all his videos, I would say it's very comprehensive, and he's very open to like questions and stuff if you have questions. But ultimately, I do want to say this: if you have polycystic ovarian syndrome and you're thinking about doing this diet, even if you don't have a reproductive endocrinologist, if you can't afford to see a fertility doctor right now, talk to your regular doctor, talk to a clinic doctor, talk to any doctor and say, is this right for the condition I have? Now, first make sure the doctor's you know, like familiar with polycystic ovarian syndrome, because I've had to explain to some doctors what it was, even though it's so common. You would think they would understand it, but you know how some doctors are. They just weren't paying attention in that part of doctor school, I guess. The endocrine system's not that important. Um, but anyways, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about it, just feel free to ask. I'll answer to the best of my abilities. The book's really inexpensive. I don't like the new one as much as the old one. Uh, the new one sort of preaches about calories and stuff like that, and you know, if I don't eat enough, I'm gonna get hypoglycemic, so you can take your calories and shove it. That's just how I feel. You know, I probably would lose a lot more weight if I followed that and paid attention to the calories, but you just, I mean, when you're eating high fat, high protein stuff, you're gonna have a lot of calories, and you just can't stress about that. You just need to get the sugar and those like highly processed carbs out of your diet as quickly as possible. Alright, you guys, talk to you later.